The tall blue alien stood at the center of the great hall. His name was Zektar, and he wore the gold robes of an ambassador. Around him sat hundreds of other aliens from across the galaxy. They were the Galactic Council, the group that ruled most of known space. "Lords and ladies of the Council," Zektar began, his voice echoing through the vast chamber, "I bring you the quarterly report on the primitive worlds we watch." The aliens listened with bored faces. They had heard this report many times before. Zektar touched a device on his wrist, and images appeared in the air above them. Sector 12F shows no change. The lizard people there still fight with metal weapons. Sector 3A continues to develop slowly. They have discovered fire, but nothing more. The images changed to show a blue and green planet spinning in space. And here we have Sector 7G, the planet these creatures call Earth. Dr. Elena Martinez sat in her chair at the Arecibo Deep Space Station in Puerto Rico. She stared at the screens in front of her. Strange energy readings were coming from the edge of their solar system. The readings did not make sense. "Jake, come look at this," she called to her assistant. Jake Peterson walked over and looked at the screen. He was young and new to the job. "Looks like background radiation to me, Doc. The equipment probably needs fixing again." Elena shook her head. "No, this is different. I have been doing this for 20 years. This is not background radiation." Far below the ground under NORAD, Admiral Richard Stone sat in a room that did not exist on any official map. Banks of computers surrounded him. Each screen showed different parts of space around Earth. Some showed areas that no human was supposed to be able to see. Stone was 60 years old and had gray hair. He had been keeping secrets for most of his life. The biggest secret was that humans had been able to travel faster than light for 60 years, but they had never told anyone. In the Galactic Council chamber, Zektar continued his report. "The humans of Earth remain primitive. They use radio waves to communicate. They have small rockets that barely leave their atmosphere. Our scientists believe they are at least 500 years away from faster-than-light travel." The other council members nodded. Some looked at other displays, clearly bored by talk of such a backward species. "However," Zektar added, "there is one concern. The humans show a dangerous tendency toward warfare. They fight each other constantly. When they do develop space travel, they may become a problem." A green alien with 4 arms raised one hand. "Then we should act now. Bring them under our protection before they become dangerous." "Not yet," said another alien, this one looking like a giant insect. "Let them develop a bit more. Primitive species are harder to control. When they reach basic spaceflight, we will make contact." Back on Earth, Elena Martinez was still studying the strange readings. She had worked late into the night. The energy signatures were moving in patterns that seemed too organized to be natural. Her secure phone rang. The caller ID showed only numbers. "Dr. Martinez, please report to conference room A immediately," said a voice she did not recognize. Elena had never heard of conference room A, but something in the voice told her this was important. Admiral Stone looked at the reports on his desk. 15 deep space monitoring stations hidden throughout the solar system had detected the same thing Elena had found. 3 ships had appeared at the edge of their solar system. They were not human ships. Stone picked up a red phone. "This is Stone. Initiate Protocol 7. All department heads to the briefing room in 1 hour." The Galactic Council meeting was ending. Ambassador Zektar had finished his report. The Council had decided to continue watching Earth for another year before making any decisions. As the aliens left the Great Hall, none of them knew that their conversation had been recorded. Hidden devices placed by humans decades ago had captured every word. The recording was already traveling faster than light toward Earth. Elena Martinez walked through corridors she had never seen before. Guards led her deeper underground than she knew was possible. Finally, she entered a large room filled with screens and computers. "Dr. Martinez," said Admiral Stone as he stood up from a table. "Thank you for coming. We need to talk." "Who are you?" Elena asked. "And how do you know about the energy readings?" Stone gestured to a chair. "Sit down, Doctor. What I am about to tell you will change everything you think you know about humanity's place in the universe." Elena sat down. Around the table were men and women in military uniforms and civilian clothes. All of them looked serious. 60 years ago, Stone began, a team of scientists led by Dr. Robert Einstein achieved faster-than-light travel. But instead of celebrating, they made a choice. They decided to keep it secret. Elena stared at him. "That is impossible. FTL travel is just theory." Stone pressed a button on the table. The wall in front of them became a screen. It showed a view of space that took Elena's breath away. Ships were moving between the stars. Human ships. "We have been watching the galaxy for 6 decades, Stone continued. "We learned that every species that revealed themselves too early either became slaves or was destroyed. So we chose to wait, to learn, to prepare." On the screen, Elena could see massive space stations hidden in the asteroid belt. Ships larger than anything she had imagined moved silently through space. "But now they have found us," Stone said. "The Galactic Council is coming to Earth, and they think we are primitives who will be easy to control." Elena felt dizzy. "How many people know about this?" "About 3,000 worldwide. Scientists, military leaders, and key government officials. We call ourselves the Silent Watch." Stone stood up and walked to the screen. "Dr. Martinez, the energy signatures you detected are 3 Galactic Council ships. They are coming to make first contact, but they are not coming as friends." Elena looked around the room. Everyone was watching her. "They want to put us under their protection," Stone continued, "which means they want to control us. They have done this to hundreds of other worlds, but they do not know what we really are." The Admiral turned back to Elena. "We need you to help us maintain the illusion. Let them think we are the primitives they expect to find, while we prepare to show them the truth about humanity." Elena Martinez, who thought she was just a radio astronomer studying space, realized she had just become part of the most important secret in human history. Outside, the 3 Galactic Council ships moved closer to Earth, expecting to find a world of primitives. They were about to be very surprised. 3 large ships appeared near Mars without warning. They were unlike anything humans had publicly seen before. Long and silver, with strange curves and no visible engines, they hung in space like sleeping giants. Commander Veltash of the Hegemony Fleet stood on the bridge of the lead ship. He was tall and thin, with skin like gray metal and 4 arms. His species had conquered 12 worlds for the Galactic Council. He expected Earth to be number 13. "Ship status report," Veltash ordered. "All systems ready, Commander," replied his second officer. "The primitives show no sign of detecting us. Their technology is even more basic than the reports suggested." Veltash smiled, showing sharp teeth. "Good. Begin Phase 1. Send the greeting transmission. Let them know their betters have arrived." On Earth, President Susan Collins sat in an emergency meeting in a secure room beneath the White House. The room was so secret that most of her staff did not know it existed. Around the table sat the most powerful people in America. General Paul Hayes, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, spoke first. "Madam President, our hidden satellites tracked the alien ships as soon as they entered the solar system. They are maintaining position near Mars," General Lisa Turner, head of Air Force Space Command, added. "The ships are large, about 2 kilometers long each. Our analysis shows they have weapons that could destroy any city on Earth." President Collins looked tired. She had been briefed about the Silent Watch only 6 months ago when she took office. Learning that humanity had secret space technology was shocking enough. Now they faced their first real test. "What does Admiral Stone recommend?" she asked. "Operation Masquerade," replied Hayes. We act like the primitive species they expect us to be. Meanwhile, we position our real assets for a response if needed. In space, Captain Ryan Mitchell commanded the stealth ship Nightfall. His crew of 45 had been training for this moment for years. The ship was invisible to alien sensors, using technology that made their ships look like empty space. "Lieutenant Foster," Mitchell called to his weapons officer, "what is the status of our targeting systems?" Lieutenant Amy Foster checked her console. "All weapons locked on target, Captain. The aliens still do not know we are here." Chief Engineer Carlos Rivera looked up from his station. "Captain, their technology is good, but not as advanced as our intelligence suggested. Our shields can handle their weapons." Mitchell nodded. "Stay hidden. We watch and wait for orders." The Nightfall was one of 50 human ships currently surrounding the alien fleet. Each ship was invisible. Each ship was ready for war. But the aliens thought they were alone in the solar system with a primitive species. The first transmission from the alien fleet reached Earth at exactly 3:47 p.m. Eastern Time. Every radio and television on the planet received the message simultaneously. "People of Earth," the voice said in perfect English, "I am Ambassador Zektar of the Galactic Council. We come in peace to offer you membership in our great civilization." In the secret bunker, President Collins watched as Admiral Stone played the real version of the message for the leadership team. "What he is really saying," Stone explained, "is that we must submit or be destroyed. This is how they conquered the Altari 5 years ago, and the Zephyrians before that." Dr. Elena Martinez, now part of the Inner Circle, studied the technical data. "Their translation computers are impressive, but they are broadcasting on frequencies that our public technology should not be able to receive." "They are testing us," Stone realized, "seeing if we react to something we should not understand." 3 hours after the first message, the alien ships moved closer to Earth. They stopped just outside the moon's orbit. Then they sent a second transmission. "We will land in your capital city in 24 hours, Ambassador Zektar announced. "Prepare your leaders to receive us. We bring gifts of technology and protection." In the hidden command center, Admiral Stone activated communication links to secret bases around the world. Faces appeared on screens from Moscow, London, Beijing, and a dozen other cities. "This is Stone. Operation Silent Thunder is now active. All units move to Phase 2 positions." Colonel Nathan Pierce commanded the Covert Protection Unit in Washington, D.C. His job was to make sure the aliens saw exactly what humanity wanted them to see. Nothing more, nothing less. "Team Alpha," he spoke into his radio, "make sure all advanced equipment is hidden. The aliens must see only primitive technology." Dr. Maya Johnson worked frantically in her laboratory beneath MIT. She was hiding humanity's real computers and replacing them with machines that looked like they belonged in the early 21st century. "The quantum processors are sealed," she reported to Admiral Stone. "If they scan our public facilities, they will see only primitive electronics." Captain Sofia Rodriguez commanded the stealth frigate Shadowhawk. Her ship was positioned directly above the alien mothership. Her crew included weapons specialist Lieutenant Kevin Walsh and communications officer Lieutenant Grace Kelly. "Communications. Are you recording everything they say?" Rodriguez asked. "Yes, Captain," Grace replied, "including private transmissions between their ships. They think no one can hear them." "What are they saying, Lieutenant?" Grace looked up from her console. "They are calling us stupid animals. They are planning to strip mine our oceans and move our cities to make mining easier." Rodriguez felt anger rise in her chest. "Weapons, arm quantum torpedoes, but do not target yet." "Weapons armed, Captain. We can disable their ship in one shot." On the alien mothership, Commander Veltash received reports from his science teams. "Commander," his science officer reported, "the primitives are using radio transmissions to coordinate. They appear to be preparing some kind of welcome ceremony." "Excellent," Veltash said. They understand their place. This will be easier than I thought." What the aliens did not know was that humanity was using the radio transmissions as cover. The real coordination was happening through quantum communication links that the aliens could not detect. Dr. Elena Martinez coordinated with hidden teams around the world. In London, Dr. Alan Brooks was hiding advanced telescopes. In Moscow, Dr. Nina Volkov was concealing fusion reactors. In Tokyo, Dr. Kenji Tanaka was making sure their space elevators looked like simple construction equipment. "All teams report ready," Elena told Admiral Stone. "The masquerade is in place." 24 hours later, a smaller alien ship landed on the lawn of the United Nations building in New York. The landing was broadcast live around the world. Billions of people watched as Ambassador Zektar stepped out of the ship. He was tall and blue, wearing robes that seemed to shift color in the light. Behind him came 4 guards carrying weapons that hummed with energy. "Greetings, people of Earth," Zektar said to the cameras. "I bring an offer of peace and protection from the Galactic Council." President Collins, disguised as a minor diplomat, stood with other world leaders on the steps of the UN building. They all looked nervous and amazed, exactly as primitive people should when meeting advanced aliens. "We welcome you to our world," President Collins said, reading from a prepared script. "We are honored by your visit." Zektar smiled. It was not a friendly smile. "We offer you protection from the dangers of the galaxy. In exchange, we ask only for the right to establish monitoring stations and extract certain resources for the good of all." In the hidden command center, Admiral Stone watched the performance. "They want to put monitoring stations on Earth and strip our resources, just like we predicted." General Hayes asked, "How long do we maintain the act?" "As long as necessary," Stone replied. "Let them think they have won. When they show their true intentions, then we show them ours." On the alien mothership, Commander Veltash celebrated with his officers. "The primitives accepted our offer immediately. This world will be under our control within 1 cycle." "Their technology is laughably primitive," his science officer added. "They still use chemical rockets and electromagnetic communications. They pose no threat." In space around them, 50 invisible human ships continued to watch and wait. Each ship was more advanced than anything in the alien fleet. Each crew was ready to fight, but the aliens had no idea they were surrounded. Dr. Elena Martinez monitored alien communications from her hidden facility. "Admiral, they are planning to start mining operations within 6 months. They expect full planetary integration within 2 years." Admiral Stone looked at the faces of his team. "Then we have 6 months to decide whether we can live with their terms or show them what humanity really is." Colonel Pierce received new orders through his secure communicator. "All teams maintain cover. The aliens must believe we are exactly what we appear to be. Not one piece of advanced technology can be visible." The masquerade continued. To the galaxy, Earth looked like a primitive world that had just accepted protection from advanced aliens. But beneath the surface, humanity was preparing for something the Galactic Council had never faced before. A primitive species that was not primitive at all. The world watched as President Collins signed the integration treaty with Ambassador Zektar. The ceremony took place in the United Nations General Assembly, with cameras broadcasting to every nation on Earth. Collins smiled and shook the alien's 4-fingered hand, playing her role perfectly. "Today marks a new chapter for humanity," Collins said to the cameras. "We welcome our new friends and their guidance as we join the galactic community." Zektar towered over the human leaders. "The Galactic Council is pleased to offer Earth our protection. Your world will prosper under our guidance." What the aliens did not see was the anger in Collins's eyes. Behind her smile, she was thinking about the secret briefing from Admiral Stone. The treaty was a lie, but a necessary one. Deep underground, Colonel Nathan Pierce coordinated the largest deception in human history. Operation Silent Thunder was moving critical infrastructure to hidden locations around the world. Advanced computers, weapons, and spacecraft were disappearing from official sites and reappearing in secret bases. Team 7, status report, Pierce spoke into his secure communicator. Underground Facility Alpha 3 is ready, came the reply. All quantum computers have been moved. Surface buildings now contain only primitive electronics. Pierce checked his list. 200 facilities worldwide were being hidden or disguised. The aliens would see only what humanity wanted them to see. Dr. Maya Johnson worked in her laboratory beneath the Swiss Alps. Her team was hiding humanity's most advanced technology. Fusion reactors were sealed behind false walls. Quantum computers were replaced with machines from decades earlier. The new surface lab looks perfect, her assistant reported. If the aliens scan it, they will see computer technology from the year 2020. Maya nodded. Make sure the fake research papers are ready. They need to think we are still working on basic physics. In space, Captain Sofia Rodriguez kept her ship Shadowhawk positioned near the alien fleet. Her crew watched as more alien ships arrived each day. The Galactic Council was building a permanent presence in Earth's solar system. Communications, Rodriguez called to Lieutenant Grace Kelly. What are they saying now? Grace listened to her headphones. They are discussing the placement of mining equipment. They want to start strip mining the ocean floor within 3 months. Lieutenant Kevin Walsh, the weapons officer, looked angry. Captain, we could destroy their entire fleet right now. Why are we waiting? Orders, Rodriguez replied simply. We wait for them to show their true intentions. Then we respond. On the lunar surface, alien construction teams were building their monitoring station. The base would watch Earth and coordinate resource extraction. Commander Veltash personally oversaw the construction. Status report, he demanded from his chief engineer. The base will be operational in 30 days, the engineer replied. From here, we can monitor all human communications and control their primitive satellites. Veltash was pleased. Earth was proceeding exactly as planned. And the resource surveys? Complete. The planet has enough rare metals to supply the fleet for 50 years. The humans will be relocated to designated areas once mining begins. What Veltash did not know was that every word was being recorded. Captain Ryan Mitchell's ship Nightfall had placed listening devices near the construction site. The devices were invisible to alien technology. They plan to relocate billions of people, Mitchell reported to Admiral Stone. Mining operations will destroy most of the surface. Stone's face was grim. How long before they start? 3 months, sir. They are moving faster than expected. Back on Earth, Dr. Elena Martinez coordinated with resistance cells in every major city. Her network included scientists, military officers, and government officials who knew the truth about humanity's capabilities. London team reports ready, she told Admiral Stone. Moscow, Tokyo, and Berlin are also in position. Good, Stone replied. The aliens are getting confident. They think we are completely under their control. President Collins met with world leaders in a secure bunker beneath Geneva. The room was shielded from all forms of alien detection. Prime Minister David Cameron of Britain, Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany, and President Xi Jinping of China attended virtually through quantum-encrypted connections. How long can we maintain the deception? Asked the British Prime Minister. Collins looked tired. Playing the role of a cooperative leader was harder than fighting a war. Admiral Stone says we need more time. The aliens have not revealed their full strength yet. My people are getting restless, said the Chinese president. They want to know why we are cooperating with invaders. Because, Collins explained, if we fight too early, we might not win. Stone's plan requires patience. In the Galactic Council's main ship, Ambassador Zektar met with his military commanders. They were discussing the next phase of Earth's integration. The humans are remarkably compliant, Zektar observed. Most primitive species require more force. Commander Veltash agreed. Their leaders understand that resistance is pointless. They have seen our superior technology. Excellent. Begin Phase 3. Start moving their populations away from the mining sites. Neither alien knew that human technology was actually superior to theirs. The quantum computers hidden beneath Earth's surface could process information faster than anything in the galactic fleet. The weapons in secret human bases could destroy alien ships in seconds. Captain Sofia Rodriguez received new orders through her quantum communicator. Admiral Stone's message was brief. Prepare for possible engagement. The aliens are about to cross the line. Rodriguez called her senior officers to the bridge. Ladies and gentlemen, the masquerade may be ending soon. Are all systems ready for combat? Weapons armed and ready, reported Lieutenant Walsh. Engines at full power, added the engineering officer. Communications ready for jamming, said Lieutenant Kelly. The Shadowhawk was not alone. 50 invisible human ships surrounded the alien fleet. Each ship was ready for war, but the aliens believed they were alone in the solar system. Dr. Maya Johnson received an encrypted message from Admiral Stone. The time was approaching to reveal humanity's true nature. She began preparing the hidden facilities for emergence. Start bringing the quantum reactors online, she ordered her team. But keep them shielded. We reveal everything at once, or not at all. Colonel Nathan Pierce coordinated with military units around the world. Special forces teams wearing advanced power armor were positioned near every alien installation. They remained hidden, waiting for the order to act. Alpha Team, report status. Ready, sir. We can neutralize the lunar base in 20 minutes. Bravo Team? Standing by. The alien embassy in New York is surrounded. On the alien lunar base, construction was nearly complete. Commander Veltash stood in the new command center, looking down at Earth through a massive viewport. Beautiful world, he commented to his aide. It will be even more beautiful once we remove the excess population. The aide nodded. The humans breed too quickly. We will need to control their reproduction once mining begins. These words were recorded by hidden human devices. The conversation was transmitted instantly to Admiral Stone's command center on Earth. Stone played the recording for President Collins and the military leadership. The room was silent as they listened to the aliens discussing humanity like livestock. They plan to control our reproduction, General Hayes said quietly. They want to turn us into a slave species. Collins stood up. Her face was hard with determination. Admiral Stone, how long until our forces are in final position? 72 hours, Madam President. And the alien mining operations? They begin in 74 hours. Collins looked around the room at the faces of humanity's leaders. Each person understood what was about to happen. Gentlemen, ladies, the time for pretending is almost over. In 3 days, we show the galaxy who we really are. Admiral Stone activated communication links to every hidden base, every invisible ship, and every secret facility around the world and throughout the solar system. This is Admiral Stone to all Silent Watch units. Prepare for Operation Thunderstrike. In 72 hours, we remove the mask. Dr. Elena Martinez felt a mixture of fear and excitement. For 60 years, humanity had hidden its strength. Soon the galaxy would learn that the quiet species from Earth was not quiet by weakness, but by choice. The masquerade was almost over. The Galactic Council believed they had conquered another primitive world. They had no idea they had just awakened something that had been patiently waiting for the right moment to strike back. The message came at dawn. Every television screen on Earth displayed the same image. Ambassador Zektar standing in the alien lunar base, his forearms spread wide in a gesture of authority. People of Earth, his voice echoed across the planet. The Galactic Council has made a decision for your benefit. Several of your cities must be relocated to allow for proper resource extraction. In the hidden command center, Admiral Stone watched with growing anger as Zektar continued. The cities of Los Angeles, London, Moscow, and Shanghai will be evacuated within 30 Earth days. Your people will be moved to safer areas away from mining operations. This is for your protection. President Collins slammed her hand on the table. 30 days to move 40 million people? General Lisa Turner pulled up satellite images. Sir, they want the cities with our largest hidden facilities. This is not about mining. They suspect something. Dr. Elena Martinez studied the alien transmission data. Admiral, this is a test. They want to see how we react to an impossible demand. Stone nodded grimly. And if we refuse? On cue? Zektar answered his question. Any resistance to this relocation will be met with corrective action. We have weapons capable of destroying entire cities from orbit. We do not wish to use them, but we will if necessary. Commander Veltash stood beside Zektar in the alien base. His weapons were visible, humming with deadly energy. You have 30 days. Begin immediately. In London, Dr. Alan Brooks watched the transmission from his hidden laboratory beneath the city. His team had spent years building quantum computers in secret. Now the aliens wanted to destroy everything they had worked for. Dr. Brooks, his assistant said nervously, what do we do? They will destroy the city if we do not evacuate. Brooks looked at the screens showing their hidden technology. We trust Admiral Stone. Humanity did not build all this just to give up when threatened. In Moscow, Dr. Nina Volkov received an encrypted message from Admiral Stone. Hold position. Do not evacuate. The line has been crossed. Similar messages went to resistance leaders in every threatened city. The masquerade was ending. Humanity would no longer pretend to be weak. On the alien mothership, Zektar met with his commanders. How are the humans responding to our ultimatum? They are requesting more time, Commander Veltash replied. Their leaders claim 30 days is not enough to move so many people. Zektar laughed. Typical primitive behavior. They think they can negotiate with their betters. Should we demonstrate our weapons? Asked another commander. Not yet. Let them try to delay. It will make our final victory more satisfying. What the aliens did not know was that every word was being recorded by invisible human ships. Captain Ryan Mitchell's Nightfall hung in space just kilometers from their fleet, completely undetected. Communications, Mitchell called to his crew. Send a priority message to Admiral Stone. The aliens are planning a weapons demonstration within 48 hours. In the secret facility beneath Mount Cheyenne, Admiral Stone gathered his senior staff. The room buzzed with activity as reports came in from around the world. All hidden fleets report ready, General Hayes announced. 50 stealth ships in position around the alien fleet. Ground forces ready, added Colonel Pierce. Power armor units standing by near all alien installations. Dr. Maya Johnson's voice came through the quantum communicator from her hidden laboratory. All advanced facilities ready to emerge. We can reveal everything simultaneously. Stone looked at the faces around him. These people had kept humanity's greatest secret for 60 years. Now it was time to reveal the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, Stone said slowly, in 6 hours I will recommend to President Collins that we activate Operation Thunderstrike. President Collins sat in the Oval Office, but not the one the public knew. This was the real Oval Office, built in a secure bunker beneath Washington, D.C. Vice President Robert Kennedy and Secretary of Defense Patricia White sat with her. Madam President, Admiral Stone said through the quantum communicator, the aliens have crossed every red line we established. They plan to forcibly relocate 40 million people. They have threatened orbital bombardment of our cities. Collins had been dreading this moment since taking office. Admiral, are you certain we can win? Yes, ma'am. Our technology is superior. Our tactics are better. And we have the advantage of surprise. What are the casualties estimates? Minimal, if we strike first and strike hard. The aliens will surrender quickly once they realize their situation. Collins closed her eyes for a moment. When she opened them, her face was determined. Admiral Stone, you have authorization to proceed with Operation Thunderstrike. Captain Sofia Rodriguez felt her heart racing as the order came through. After months of waiting and watching, the Shadowhawk was finally going into action. All stations, this is the captain, she announced to her crew. We have been authorized to engage. Weapons, target the mothership's engines. Communications, prepare the jamming systems. Lieutenant Kevin Walsh smiled as he powered up the quantum torpedoes. Finally, I was getting tired of hiding. Lieutenant Grace Kelly activated the communication jammers. Ready to cut their communications, Captain. On the lunar base, Commander Veltash was reviewing the mining plans when his communication officer rushed into the room. Commander, we are receiving strange energy readings from the space around our fleet. What kind of readings? Unknown, sir. The patterns do not match any technology in our databases. Veltash frowned. Probably interference from the primitive human satellites. Ignore it. The communication officer looked worried, but said nothing. The energy readings were growing stronger. Wing Commander Daniel Murphy received his orders in the hidden hangar beneath Area 51. His squadron of 50 advanced fighters had been waiting for this moment for years. All pilots to your ships, Murphy announced. This is not a drill. We launch in 10 minutes. Lieutenant Sarah Kim ran to her fighter, her heart pounding with excitement and fear. She had trained for this day, but knowing it was real made everything different. Lieutenant Commander Alex Thompson checked his weapon systems one last time. Sarah, stay close to me once we launch. This is going to get dangerous fast. Dr. Elena Martinez coordinated the global reveal from her command center. Hidden facilities around the world were preparing to emerge simultaneously. The masquerade that had lasted 60 years was about to end. London facility ready to reveal, came the report from Dr. Brooks. Moscow ready, added Dr. Volkov. Tokyo, Berlin, and Sydney all ready, reported other voices. Elena looked at the countdown clock on her screen. To minus 60 minutes to Thunderstrike. In space, 50 invisible human ships moved into final attack positions. Each ship was more advanced than anything in the alien fleet. Each crew was ready to fight for Earth's freedom. Captain Mitchell opened a channel to all human ships. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Admiral Stone. In 1 hour, we reveal to the galaxy what humanity really is. Remember, we did not start this fight, but we will finish it. The alien fleet hung in space, unaware of the invisible ships surrounding them. On the lunar base, aliens continued their work, believing they had successfully conquered another primitive world. Ambassador Zektar stood in his quarters, looking down at Earth through the viewport. Soon, he said to himself, this world will be properly integrated. The humans will learn their place. But deep beneath Earth's surface, humanity was about to teach the galaxy a lesson about the danger of underestimating a species that had chosen patience over aggression. The countdown continued. In 59 minutes, the Galactic Council would discover that Earth's silence had not been weakness. It had been preparation. The attack began at exactly 12 SAT GMT. Around the alien fleet, 50 human ships suddenly appeared from nowhere. The advanced cloaking systems shut down simultaneously, revealing a force that should not have existed. Commander Veltash was reviewing mining reports when alarms began screaming throughout his ship. "What is happening?" he shouted to his bridge crew. "Unknown ships surrounding the fleet," his tactical officer reported, his voice shaking. "Where did they come from?" On the bridge of the Shadowhawk, Captain Sofia Rodriguez smiled. "Weapons fire!" Lieutenant Kevin Walsh pressed the firing button. quantum torpedoes streaked through space, striking the alien mothership's engines with perfect precision. The massive alien ship shuddered and went dark. "Direct hit, Captain. Their engines are completely disabled." All around the alien fleet, human ships opened fire. But these were not weapons designed to kill. They were precision strikes meant to disable and capture. Within minutes, every alien ship was dead in space. Captain Ryan Mitchell opened a communication channel that reached every alien ship and the lunar base. His voice was calm and steady. "This is Captain Ryan Mitchell of the Earth Defense Force. You came to our home uninvited. You threatened our people. You have mistaken our patience for weakness." On the alien mothership, Ambassador Zektar stared at the view screen in shock. Human ships surrounded his fleet, ships that were more advanced than anything the Galactic Council possessed. "Impossible," he whispered. "They are primitives. Their technology is centuries behind ours." Mitchell's voice continued. "I am transmitting a message from Admiral Richard Stone of Earth Defense Command." Admiral Stone appeared on every screen in the alien fleet. Behind him was the secret command center that had coordinated humanity's hidden development for 60 years. "Ambassador Zektar," Stone said calmly, "for 60 years, humanity has watched your Galactic Council conquer species after species. We learned that every world that revealed itself too early became a slave state. On the lunar base, Commander Veltash tried to activate his weapons. Nothing happened. Human jamming systems had disabled every weapon in the alien arsenal. So we chose a different path," Stone continued. "We chose to wait, to learn, to prepare. While you thought we were primitives struggling with basic technology, we were building a civilization that surpasses yours." Major Lisa Chen led the assault on the lunar base. Her Special Forces team wore power armor that made them faster and stronger than any alien soldier. They moved through the base like ghosts, neutralizing guards before the aliens knew they were there. "Base secured," Chen reported to Colonel Pierce. "All alien personnel captured. No casualties on either side." Around Earth, hidden facilities began emerging from underground. In London, Dr. Alan Brooks opened massive doors that revealed quantum computers more advanced than anything the galaxy had seen. In Moscow, Dr. Nina Volkov's fusion reactors came online, powering weapons systems that had been hidden for decades. In Tokyo, Dr. Kenji Tanaka activated space elevators that lifted into orbit, revealing the true scope of human industrial capacity. Ambassador Zektar watched in horror as Earth transformed before his eyes. Cities he thought were primitive revealed advanced technology. Space stations appeared around the planet. A hidden fleet of hundreds of human ships emerged from asteroid bases. "How?" he asked Mitchell. "How did you hide all this?" Mitchell's expression was serious. "We learned from watching you conquer other worlds. We saw what happened to species that revealed themselves too early. So we built our civilization in secret." Dr. Elena Martinez coordinated the global revelation from her command center. Around the world, humanity was revealing 60 years of hidden development. "All facilities online," she reported to Admiral Stone. "The masquerade is complete. The galaxy can now see who we really are." President Collins appeared on communication screens throughout the alien fleet. She was no longer pretending to be a minor diplomat. She wore the uniform of the Commander-in-Chief of Earth's military forces. "Gentlemen," she said to the alien commanders, "you came here believing you would add another primitive world to your empire. Instead, you have discovered that Earth is not interested in joining your empire." Wing Commander Murphy's fighter squadron emerged from hidden hangars around the world. Lieutenant Sarah Kim flew her advanced fighter past the alien mothership, its weapons powered down, but clearly visible. "Look at their ships, Sarah," Lieutenant Commander Thompson said over the radio. "Their weapons are centuries behind ours." "I can see why they thought they could conquer us," Kim replied, "if we really were as primitive as they thought." On the alien mothership, Zektar's science officer was analyzing the human ships. "Ambassador," he said with fear in his voice, "their technology is not just advanced. It is beyond anything in our databases." "How advanced?" Zektar demanded. "Their weapons could destroy our entire fleet in minutes. Their shields are impenetrable to our weapons. Their ships are faster than anything we have ever encountered." Admiral Stone appeared on the main view screen again. "Ambassador Zektar, your fleet is disabled but unharmed. Your personnel on the lunar base are captured but safe. We have demonstrated our superiority without killing a single member of your species." Zektar found his voice. "What do you want?" "We want you to leave," Stone replied simply. "Return to your Galactic Council. Tell them that Earth is not interested in their protection. Tell them that humanity chooses independence. And if we refuse?" Stone's expression did not change. "Then you will discover why every species in this galaxy learned to fear predators. You forgot, Ambassador, that Earth is a world where the strongest species survived by becoming the most effective killers in their environment." Captain Rodriguez opened a tactical display showing the true scope of Earth's hidden fleet. Hundreds of ships surrounded the alien vessels. Weapons platforms in the asteroid belt powered up, their targeting systems locked onto every alien ship. "You are outnumbered, outgunned, and completely at our mercy," Rodriguez explained. "We are offering you the chance to leave with dignity." Commander Veltash, now a prisoner on the lunar base, spoke to Zektar through his communicator. "Ambassador, our weapons cannot penetrate their shields. Our ships cannot move. We have no choice." Zektar looked around his bridge at the faces of his crew. These soldiers had conquered 12 worlds for the Galactic Council. Now they sat helpless, surrounded by a species they had thought was primitive. "How long have you been watching us?" Zektar asked Stone. 60 years. We have recordings of every council meeting, every invasion, every world you conquered. We know exactly how your empire operates." "Then you know we will not give up. The council will send more ships." Stone nodded. "We are counting on it. The galaxy needs to see that the age of the Galactic Council is over. Other species will learn that they do not have to submit to your empire." Dr. Maya Johnson's voice came through the communication system from her laboratory in Switzerland. "Admiral, all hidden facilities are now fully operational. Earth's true capabilities are visible to their sensors. The aliens could now see what humanity had built in secret. Cities that extended deep underground, orbital platforms that could construct starships, weapons that could destroy planets. A civilization that was more advanced than anything in the galaxy. President Collins made the final offer. "Ambassador Zektar, you have 1 hour to power up your ships and leave our solar system. If you are not gone by then, we will consider you hostile invaders." "And if we send a message to the Council?" Zektar asked. "Send whatever message you want," Collins replied. "Tell them exactly what you found here. Tell them that humanity is not a primitive species hiding on one small world. We are a spacefaring civilization that has been watching and preparing." Admiral Stone added, "Tell your council that Earth offers trade and mutual defense agreements to any species that respects our independence. But we will respond with overwhelming force to any attempt at conquest." Zektar realized he had no choice. "Very well. We will leave. But this is not over." "Yes, it is," Stone said firmly. "Your empire conquered species because they were weak and alone. Earth is neither weak nor alone. We have allies you do not know about." As if to prove his point, new ships began appearing at the edge of the solar system. They were not human designs, but they carried human weapons and human crew members. Other species that had secretly allied with Earth were revealing themselves. "The galaxy is changing, Ambassador," Stone continued. "Species are no longer willing to submit to your empire. Earth was just the first to say no." 1 hour later, the alien fleet powered up their damaged engines and limped away from Earth. They carried with them the knowledge that humanity was not the primitive species they had thought. Captain Mitchell watched the alien ships disappear. Communications. Send a message to all Earth Defense Force units. Operation Thunderstrike is complete. Dr. Elena Martinez looked at the displays showing Earth's revealed technology. After 60 years of hiding, humanity had finally shown the galaxy who they really were. "Admiral," she said to Stone, "what happens now?" Stone looked up at the view screen showing space around Earth. Human ships patrolled freely. Hidden bases were now visible. The masquerade was over. "Now," Stone said, "we find out what the galaxy does when a species refuses to be conquered, and we make sure that humanity never has to hide again." The age of Earth's silence was over. The galaxy would never be the same.